Check 1, 2, what's going on, fellas? What's going on? Yeah, Big Mike coming at you live and direct, Max City Limits Radio Show, Philosopher King Central, and center of the board. Tony's on hiatus right now. He's taking a break. That's right, taking a break, man. So this is going to be a little quickie, man. It's going to be a solo joint, man. That's right. Hope y'all don't mind. It is what it is. Just thought I'd come on here and show some love and appreciation for the players that show love and appreciation. Yeah, man. That's what we're going to do today. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and holler at the fellas, man, that went ahead and left a little something under the Christmas tree for a brother. That's right, man. I'm not going to be reading off the names of individuals that appears to be using their government name. I'm not necessarily sure if some of these names are authentic or they made up. So please forgive me if I don't read your name off. I like to have permission to go ahead and read a brother's name, man. Some folk really wouldn't appreciate everybody knowing that they signed up to listen to a nigga talking about tricking. So the first member we got, I'ma just call him T. That's what we gonna do. T, if you're out there, I appreciate you joining up with the Patreon, man. His name, it starts with a T and it ends with a Y. Appreciate you, T. And we got this next player, man. He is an old school player, man. He been around a while, rocking with Big Mike and Tony Maceo, man. And I can definitely go ahead and read his name off. You know, it's basically an alias. He goes by the name of Pharaoh Edmondson. What's up, Pharaoh, man? That's right, Pharaoh. What's going on with you, man? Ain't heard from you in a while. What's going on? Then we got another brother. Man, oh man. This brother right here, he got major paper. Man. This brother got major paper, man. He always be throwing down, man, when it comes down to the donation joint. RH. Mr. RH, if you're out there, we appreciate you joining up on the Patreon. And of course, we got this individual right here, man. Hey, all of y'all, man, look. If there's anybody that deserves kudos right about now, it's this individual right here. This dude, I'm trying to tell you, man, every 3 or 4 weeks, ever since my last Patreon got shut down, man, he was in my inbox, he was in my email. What's up, man? When you gonna go ahead and open up the Patreon? When you gonna open up the Patreon? When you gonna open up another Patreon? When you gonna open up a website? Man, he was relentless. He wouldn't stop. So I'm like, God damn, well, okay, alright. I'll do that. I'll reopen it. I'll see if Cats is receptive to it. And yeah, man. We talking about Cool Cat. What's up, Cool Cat? Man, you ain't no punk, man. You I'm trying to tell you, boy, you was at a brother, boy. Like, man, open it up. Shoot. And of course, we got the classics over there at my other website. So if y'all interested in me and Tony's past works, you can go over to maxcity.net and check that out. Peep game over there. This Patreon is going to be for the new joints, man. 2024. So yeah, right about now, those are the 4 individuals that went ahead and showed love and appreciation for what Big Mike do over here. Yeah, man. One love. Appreciate all y'all, man. Y'all keep an old, broke down, crippled trick in the game. So, what can I talk about? What's on the menu, man? I think I need to push the rewind button because me in my old age, man, a lot of times I forget to put the capstone on the pyramid when I'm making arguments and when I'm speaking on things. My last joint that I did, my last solo joint, when I was talking about when she shows you who she is, believe her, I neglected to talk about, or to bring the topic to its ultimate conclusion. I neglected to do that. I mean, I gave stories about how I was out with a certain female, and the police basically swooped in on her and was questioning her. And then the police came over to me and was questioning me and whatnot. But what amazed me is just how cool she was under fire. You know what I mean? How she looked at that cop straight in the face, right in his eyes, and said, "No, my name is not such and such. My name is this. Or my name is that. No this. No, I mean everything that she said, everything that came out of her mouth was a lie. And she did it with such ease. Didn't stutter, didn't stammer. You know what I mean? I'm sitting back watching. I'm like, whoa. This broad is cold-blooded, Jack. Cold-blooded. So I took notes. Every time I'm out with a chick, man, I'm always taking notes. So in the last show, I neglected to tell y'all why I even brought that shit up, man. When she shows you who she is, believe her. Like, you got some dudes that'll sit back and will experience something of that nature that I just told y'all about. They'll sit back and watch a particular female lie her ass off, or manipulate and swindle and do all sorts of dastardly things. But guess what? You in your infinite wisdom think that you above the fray. What's that, Big Mike? Yeah, you think that she would never do that to you, even though you sitting back and watch her doing it to everybody else. But you don't believe she'll do that to you. But what I'm telling you, Jack, is when she shows you who she is, believe her. And I gotta admit, man, I be drinking my own Kool-Aid sometimes, man. Once upon a time, I thought my game was so solid, man. I would watch a female do all sorts of crazy stuff to other folks, man. And I was that dude that said, bitch, you never do that to me. No, sir. But guess what? There have been situations where a particular female, a couple of them have actually done me dirty, have done me wrong. There ain't been many of them. There's actually maybe two. Now, one female, it took her 7-8 years to actually stab me in my back. And another female that comes to mind, it took her 13. So I guess I ain't doing too bad. It was just about that time for them to show their true colors. I guess we could chalk that up as once you outlived your usefulness with a broad, she's more prone to do something dirty to you. But as long as you hold the keys to the kingdom, or she perceives you as someone who is in control, you best believe they gonna be on their best behavior, man. So yeah, fellas, short and sweet, man. If you hobnobbing and rubbing elbows, man, with a particular female and she has certain characteristics or traits or habits that are grimy, but she's sweet to you, and you're sitting there convincing yourself that you are the exception to the rule, that she won't do you the same way she's doing these other folks out here in the street, be careful. When she shows you who she is, believe her. I mean, I done sat back and watched these females do all sorts of dirty, maniacal things to certain individuals, man. My favorite is the tears, man, that they often manifest when they're trying to manipulate you. Now, understand this, when I first got into the game, the tears were quite effective. I had no idea what I was dealing with, man, when it came to these women. I mean, they would always start crying at the most opportune moments, man, to try and get what they want or to try and get out of a situation. I remember one time I sent a female on a mission to go get some money, and when she came back, she didn't have the money, But she basically told me that she got sexually assaulted and this and that. And I mean, boo-hooing, crying. I mean, damn, I felt horrible, man. I'm like, oh, no, baby, for real? Only to find out, I don't know, maybe like a year later, I heard through the grapevine, through this person and that person who had receipts on the situation, man, talking about, yeah, man, she got paid and she did a horrible job and this and that. And I knew these niggas wasn't lying because, I mean, they took flicks of her actually in the act. So, goddamn, yeah, she got over it. She hustled me. She swindled me, which I should have knew better because I'd seen her do it to other folks before. But I think to myself, she would never do that to me. I'm Big Mike. And with females with these tears, man, look, I mean, a good way to actually see how they roll and how they get down, check this out. Whenever you are on YouTube and you see these videos with these cops having run-ins with these skillets, with these black women. Yeah, man, these cop dash cams, man, or these cop cams. Boy, I mean, when you watch these females show out, and I'm really talking about the black women here. When you watch these black women show out with these cops, I mean, it is a classic tutorial on the art of manipulation, man. Because they'll be crying and boo-hooing and crying and boo-hooing. Oh, you hurting me. Don't touch me. Oh. I mean, they putting on a show. I mean, they going through all the telltale signs of trauma. You looking and listening and they sound traumatized. And they look traumatized. But all of a sudden, man, at the drop of a hat, I mean, on a dime, they stop crying, they stop huffing and puffing, and they're normal. And then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, it's back to the manipulation tactic. Crying, whining, throwing a fit. I mean, what I'm saying is how they just go from 0 to 100 like it ain't nothing. And then they reverse polarity. Then they take the foot off the gas and they back to 0. It's masterful work. And women can do that. At least the best of them I know. And I was involved with the best of them. Now let's talk about me and Tony's show that we did, man, pertaining to Anton Daniels and Yada Awakening. I just sit back, man, I just scratch my head because I'm always perplexed about the general low IQ of people, especially women, or to be more descriptive, black women. Wow, man. Look, all tricking ain't good tricking, and all tricks ain't created equally. Yada Awakening is the most sickening, disgusting nigga on the internet. Oh, my God, man. Just sitting back listening and looking to this dude, man, it just makes my flesh crawl and my stomach turn, man. And I'm looking at him and I'm saying to myself, how can anybody be sucked in and drawn to the bullshit that this dude is peddling, man? How? Man. Now at least when we go back and we look at Derek Jackson. Yeah, Derek Jackson, he was syrupy, sweet on the broads, man. And I don't know, man, for some reason, man, I didn't hold that against him, man. I didn't hold that against Derek, man. Derek, he was player about it, man. I mean, you could feel, I mean, there was a tinge of insincerity with Derek, but not like this Yada dude, man. This Yada dude is so obviously fake and phony. He's such an obvious fraud, man. God damn. Will y'all stop it? Yeah, man, I got a special place in hell for people that pander. Special place in hell for the panderer, man. These panda bears. I don't know if any of y'all are hip to body language or whatnot, man, but this whole modus operandi, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, his body language is horrendous. It just reeks of phoniness, man. I don't get it, man. I mean, what is it about these hoteps, man, that do this kind of stuff, man? Yeah, he's a hotep, man. Anybody that's always talking about Jesus and God and Bible and Quran, and they are hotep. But what makes these hoteps so evil and sinister? I mean, you can almost guarantee, you can bet your bottom dollar, man, that if somebody is running they dick suckers about Jesus, God, the Quran, Bible, they worship Lucifer, which in itself really isn't a bad thing if you know exactly who and what Lucifer is. But we're going to keep it on the surface level today. We're going to just talk about basic shit, basic religion. And one thing that Bible should have taught you in Genesis is that the woman is drawn to chaos and evil. That's why she needs an authority figure over her to guide her. And not just any authority figure, one that is righteous. Now understand this, any woman that gets with a righteous man, she's going to hate that righteous man. She's not going to respect him. That is unless we go back to the way it used to be. What do you mean by that, Mac? You know what I mean. What I mean is when she step out of line, when she get out of pocket, you handle that. These days, you can't handle that. She'll call the police on you. But the woman, she's got the system on her side. And like I said, she's drawn to chaos and evil. Just like in the Garden of Eden. Who did she listen to? She listened to Lucifer. She listened to the serpent. She listened to the snake. And understand this, man, when she listened to the serpent and she ate of the fruit, she willingly admitted it and she told Adam. But the serpent said it would be okay. So the woman seems to lack discernment, man, when it comes to listening to a man that knows what's best for her. She lacks total discernment. She'll listen to a man weave and concoct all sorts of bullshit about why she should listen to him. He will appeal to her emotions. Now guess what? Your home life is in disarray. Because she lacks discernment. She looks at that which is evil and she thinks it's good for her. Case in point, Yada awakening. This nigga is the serpent in the tree. Convincing your broad that what he is saying is good for her, and it's not. But Mac, he talk about the same thing you talk about. He a 100% type nigga just like you. Man, look, how many times I told y'all, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. We both talking about 100%, but guess what? When you over on my channel, do you see any women on my channel? When you go to his channel, do you see women on his channel? Of course you see women on his channel, because he panders to bitches. There ain't no pandering going over here at Mac City, man. Yeah, we talking about 100%, but it ain't free. We gonna put the woman to work, Jack. She gonna earn this 100%. Just like I told you, man, females, they despise righteousness. Hence the reason why they don't come over here fucking with me. Because they hate what's good for them. And they love what's bad for them. Sometimes I wonder, man, like, are any of y'all reading this so-called good book? This so-called Bible? Y'all have failed to learn the lessons, man. Y'all lack discernment. Well, that's my overall feeling, man, and opinion on Yada Awakening. He's a con artist. One of the most fraudulent Negroes I've ever seen. I'm perplexed to how you could actually look at anything this nigga talking about and you think he's authentic. What's my opinion on Anton Daniels? Anton gets a pass. To me, Anton is the truth. He's not a panderer. And that's enough for me to give him an A+. I hate a pandering ass Negro, man. Anton tells these broads, man, what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. So me and Tony, we diverge on that one. I fucks with Anton. I like what he got to say. Well, anyway, that's about it, man. Just wanted to come in here and reiterate some things that I did not really get a chance to flesh out on my last show. But look, if you an old school player, man, and y'all know who I'm talking about, man. Cats have been rocking with me forever. Y'all need to come on over to the Patreon. We back open for business. And don't be afraid to give me some show ideas, man. I'm just getting back into the swing of things. And I can use your help. And also, don't forget, if you are a fan of the classics, the old school joints like the Power Trick Detox, Power Trick Roundtable, 48 Laws of Power Tricking, those could be found at maxcity.net. Don't be caught slipping without the ism. Also, if you didn't know, overstand that the other 3 episodes of Game Court are in my Patreon with Tony Maceo. Just in case you was outside on YouTube waiting on the other episodes to drop, they will not be on YouTube. They will be inside the Patreon. And the only way to listen to them is to be an exclusive member of the Patreon club. And also, don't forget, you can go into the description box. And if you appreciate the wisdom, man, go ahead and click on the links to not only the Patreon, but to the Cash Apps for me and Tony Maceo. And I also have a PayPal as well. Well, once again, peace and love to everybody that come on through. And I'm out.
You ain't no pimp. You're a rest haven for hoes.